The Stanley Parable is a video game that released for PC on the Steam gaming platform on October 17, 2013. The Stanley Parable is a walking simulator game that has you controlling Stanley, office employee number 427. Stanley's day becomes a mystery when he's unable to find any of his fellow office workers. He must go through the office to find out what happened to him. The narrator of the story, voiced by Kevin Brighting, guides the player through the office, giving him instructions on how to continue the story.
When Stanley came to a set of 2 open doors, he entered the door on his left.
But as hard as you may try, the narrator doesn't control the story. It's the player that has the choice to go anywhere they decide. Whether you give the narrator the satisfaction of following his story or creating your own is up to you.
Oh, it's ruined. I can't believe, after everything we talked about, that my story, you've destroyed my work!
The Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe adds new endings and stories on top of the original Stanley Parable. If the original Stanley Parable broke the 4th wall, Ultra Deluxe takes whatever's left of the broken wall and grinds it up in the dust before dropping it into a void.
You see, Stanley? This is what happens when greedy video game developers with no respect for their fanbase rush a cheap expansion to market for no reason other than to make an easy dollar.
As you progress through more and more of the new content, the more wild it becomes. Criticism of the gaming industry, shots at story designing, and even insults towards players are scattered throughout the game. There is no understanding the game, only bearing the carnage that is the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe. Overall, the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe is a great new addition of the Stanley Parable. For the price of just $24.99, this game is well worth the money. There is no prior skill level needed. As long as you can hit buttons on your controller or keyboard and hold on to your bucket, you're already a pro. Unfortunately, some of the endings can feel as if they drag on for too long. However, there's plenty of others to make up for the more sluggish ones. Out of a score of 10, I would give the Stanley Parable Ultra Deluxe a 9.5 out of 10.